Hello, this is Michelle, and I want to make a website. And I also want to document the process as a case study to demonstrate my experience in making a website. From what I learned from the Google UX professional certification program on Coursera, the design process is empathizing and researching, then defining, and then ideating, prototyping, and testing. So this first week, I was researching so I could better define the project. The first question is, who is this for? This is for me. I want a personal website to host my portfolio so recruiters could better understand what my capabilities are. And the questions I wanted to answer was the type of websites, what type of websites there are, what styles of websites there are, and the different methods of building a website. Types of websites seems to be categorized by use cases, applications. So there are websites for businesses, e-commerce, blog, portfolios, directories, etc. And these can also be categorized based on complexity. So portfolios are on the simpler side, while business and e-commerce are on the more complex side. They require more back-end stuff. And from Elementor, I found an estimation of how long these websites will take to build. Since I'm going with a more simple brochure website, thinking maybe 1 to 2 days. One thing to take into account is reasons for delay, which number one reason is a lacking prepared content. So for me, it's going to be the items for my portfolio. And the second reason is undefined scope, which that's what I'm doing right now, defining scope. So hopefully that reduces delay in this project. And then different styles of websites which can be categorized based on layout, and it depends. I think most of these are talking about how the elements on a website adapt based on window and device screen sizes. I'm thinking of maybe a single page or static website. Probably want to design a mobile version of it too, but that's for later. And then styles of website in terms of aesthetic, the list of current design trends that I got from Vistaprint and Tilda.education for 2026 is somewhere brutalism's coming back, the Y2K aesthetics, or retro dial-up delight. But this is mostly largely not important for now. So ideally, I want a portfolio website with a static or single page layout with hand-drawn or doodle aesthetic elements. And looking online, the three main categories of website building methods are website builders, content management systems, and building it from the ground up completely custom. Prompting generative AI, what are different ways to make a website for every skill level. Similarly, website builders, CMS, the extra addition of static site generators and custom. The smart thing to do for me at this point would be to just use a website builder to get things started. I have some experience with Wix before, didn't completely like it. But what I'm in danger of doing is delaying the launch of my website by making this a learning opportunity and creating a custom website from scratch, which I also have experience from doing the foundation code course on the Odin project. I have programmed static web pages before, also programmed responsive layouts as well. I think I paused my progress on the Odin project right before learning about frameworks because I had started my EMT course at the time. Here's what my skill progression is based on roadmap.sh. So I've learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JIT, and GitHub, or is it Git? GitHub. And except for the parts where I have to interact with frameworks and generative AI also generated a recommended learning path. I'm about halfway through in web development, learning about web development. So the thoughts I'm having right now is I need to have a functional website first. I can always make it prettier later. My brother and I are also racing to build our own websites. So my brother's advantage would be bias to action. He's already bought a domain name and is using a WordPress template. I assumed that he is able to make that decision quickly because he has more technical knowledge and expertise, while all I have is my background in the Odin project from 3 years ago. But turns out all of this research is not for nothing. I have found some interesting services that would help generate a portfolio website easier, such as Card and Portfolio. So with all that information in mind, I've defined the scope of the project. Here's some different problem statements. Which I think there's 2 projects that I want to do. The first one is to just create a portfolio website. The second one is making a custom website, which I could do simultaneously, but that would mean that I'd have to delay making my portfolio available. So I'm thinking of just creating a website using a website builder now, and then develop a custom website within the next few months. So with the first 2 steps done, what I need to do this week is to ideate and to prototype on Figma. Before I do that, so I've defined the scope, but I need to prepare the content. So what I first have to do is gather my items for my portfolio. So yeah, I think that's the end of this presentation, and I'll post an update video again sometime this or next